Good morning, guys. All right, well, we are back again. It is Patty. Woo woo. I know. You already knew that. I know. Or maybe you didn't. That was presumptuous. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I forgot to turn the fan on so I don't roast to death. I know. I shouldn't say that when half the world is freezing, but you know, Arizona. And actually, it's an overcast, dreary day, but it looks like it's trying to clear up. Yesterday was dreary. So let's recap yesterday really fast before we get into our 50 stack challenge hosted by Amy at Crafty Cats. I'm telling you that now. This week is Botanical and Halloween, and we'll talk about that in a sec. Yesterday, if you guys joined me, we did resin. If not, go back and watch because I had no clue. It's my first time. So here's how our, goes this way, little dangles came out. So I have a little pocket right here because this was the back. Yep, oh wait, no, this is the front. This is the front. I still have to go back and I'm going to put another thin layer here because there's a little spot where I used the tape, the Let's Resin tape, and I did everything wrong, you guys. If you could do it wrong, Patty did it. And there's my little daisy flowers, I don't know. And then here is my pretty little heart with the, with the blue flower in it. Yes, I changed the way the cameras are again. So those all came out interesting. Like I didn't expect to get them perfect, and none of them are. I think I'm going to reach out and ask Let's Resin today, but I believe, if you can see, I don't know because I can barely see it, a little bit of residue right there, and it's from the tape, you know, and I'm not sure what to do. But we also did with the Janchun stuff, we did these were leftover pours. I did coasters, or attempted to do coasters, because let's face it, I did not follow the rules because I don't understand the reasoning behind the rules. So we're going to unmold these really quick. These are going to have a cork back on them, so I didn't fill them all the way up, and I was going to go back and, you know what, I still might go back and refill them, but I want to see what they look like from the other side. I don't know because I've never done it. So I should have stirred some more because see how my glitter came into the center of this one. I think it's when I moved them across the room, because I know you're not supposed to do that, but that's what happens because I'm me, you know. So, but from the other side, they're very pretty and smooth as butter, except I got something on this one because I did not make sure my mold was clean like you're supposed to, because they're brand new molds. So, you know, hang on, I got backings. Sorry, I should have already pulled one out. I should have not assumed that they would be clean, but I did. I won't make that mistake again, but we knew that this first time was not going to be, nothing would be perfect. We knew that. So I just want to see when we put, so this color cork would be on the back. So see how good it'll show up, all our swirled colors in there. You lose a little bit of the swirly pattern. You can't see, you know what, it's still soft right there. Interesting. Well, let's pop that right back in the mold because it can take 24 hours to dry, and it has 100%. I think I'm going to put another layer of resin because that is definitely not even, but I do want to see what they all look like. This one was much thicker and came out much better. So I'll probably mix the colors again and do a second pour. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I'll just, you know, wing it. I'll wing it because these are alcohol inks in here, which it said not to use, but the alcohol inks I bought said they were for resin work. Oh, look at that. You can see the swirl pattern better on this one. Can you see it? Maybe it needs a white backing. Oh, see, if I put a white backing on there, then you can see it, can't you? All right, so I assume this is going to be cork on the opposite side of this, so I'll paint the back of this resin work white before I put the next layer on. That is what I will do. Or I'll just wait until I have it all the way done and then paint it. Either way, they came out, and look, you guys, no air bubbles. So I was disappointed with the lack of educational paperwork I got with this This is the Janchun. Like, the paperwork is good. It tells you, but it doesn't explain in a way I felt was great for absolute beginners, which I am. Next time I'll know to swirl some white in this too. Interesting enough. To help pop it a little bit more, though it is gorgeous. So, but having said that, it's non-toxic. It claims to be non-toxic, and it is crystal clear. Like it's my first time ever pouring, and there's not any bubbles. I don't have any bubbles, you guys. So that is pretty sweet. Oh, this one I have a couple of bubbles on, which we know is user error because I was not mixing as slow as you're supposed to. Also, I put alcohol ink in it, which I already didn't know. And this is shaken glitter, which I went overboard, you can see. I'll shake some more glitter into this stuff or mix it in, whichever, before I swirl it so that they will come out looking the same. I just want to check each one out. And I think I can fix that white mark on that one while I'm at it. Look how good that swirl is. Are my lights okay, you guys? Hang on a minute. What? I'm supposed to be looking at you while oh, that's better. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. There we go. There, now you can see it. Look at that, baby. Yeah, okay. So those are them, and then I made, because I still had this yellow, which it turned green because I swirled it into the blue, but then I added a little bit of green in to make these. And I went over, I am aware, because it was my first time and I overfilled them, frankly. That's what happened there. So I'm trying to just set things aside so I can deal with those later. But I wanted to see what we got really quick so that we can then start on our 50. Oh, nice. Okay. I don't know the most efficient way to actually pop them out of your mold. And, you know, being that this one has this, they're attached. But I kept I retained, now we need something white again. I retained the hole in the top. I managed to keep that in, and they're the swirl is in there. Can you see the swirl? Be helpful if I held things straight, wouldn't it? Sorry, guys. And yet, see how it's not all the way cured? Which for this is going to work out because that means I can cut this middle piece off right here. But yeah, those are cool. The swirly pattern is cool. I wish I could, there we go. There we go. That's how it will look. Sweet. So I'm going to well, first I'm going to cut this in the center is what I'm going to do, honestly. I'm going to get that cut apart. I have this little bowl because I have a lid to it that I'm going to put some of the extra pieces in. I'm going to just pop these back in. You know what? I hate puzzles, you guys. I know, I should not, but I do. I am horrendous at them. So, yeah, probably shouldn't have popped that off yet, Patty. Because see, what happened here? Now, you guys know, you just watched me take it out of there. I will have to restart my video if I can't get this going, because you know I don't know how to edit. Oh, because it goes this way. Heaven's sakes. Right. That would be on the top, Patty. That would be on the top. So interesting, because I even sat them in front of, I turned a heater on in my room last night, before I went to bed, because it's unusually cold for Arizona. No. Yep. Yep. Okay, so I'll just pop those back in because these are pretty perfect once I clean up the edges, which I'll do once I take it off camera, once I'm done filming today, because I want to take that stuff off before it hardens. So these I'm going to leave in because we already know they're not going to be hard, which is a good time to take these little bits off probably, but no. Okay, and then these ones, I accidentally, I don't know, I didn't even notice I dripped a blue into this yellow, which these are just going to be dangles anyhow. Well, they're meant to be earrings. They're meant to be earrings, but the two yellow amber ones, I was just going to use as dangles. And this is Tim Holtz Archival ink in this one. It's where these ones are different alcohol inks. These ones are Tim Holtz Archival inks. So I didn't know if that was going to make any difference because, you know, like I said, haven't done this. So I'm just going to put these back in here to finish hardening. And I left a little bit of room because I was just using up, you know, supplies. Because I don't want to waste my resin. But I can put a little bee on the back of this, was my thought, and hang these off the bee journals. Maybe I'm not going to get that one back in. Don't know. Okay, anyhow. So then the blues came out lovely, and I'm going to put some, these are hardened, mostly, I believe. I'm going to put some glitter paint on the back of these, which I had out, but do you remember me telling you I hung shelves yesterday because I organized, and then one of the shelves fell just before yesterday's video all over my desk? Yeah, second one fell sometime during the night. So I just thought, let me use this one here. How cool would this be with some of this glitter? Oh, okay, I loosened this, you know, I put stuff in here, acetone, and loosened this like a week ago. So if I had caught it quick enough, I would have put a drop of the blue in the other one, and then these would have been very viable earrings. What are you doing, Patty? I just want to hold it like that. That's all. But then I thought, this might be too freaking thick right now. And that's going to just bug me. Because this is my favorite stuff, and how does that happen? Do you see what happens in my room? It's the craziest stuff. And I was so careful yesterday. Well, for me. I know, let me preface that with a for me. Because, you know, you got to concentrate when you do this stuff, which I knew. And that's focus is one of my words for the year. It is my overall word, you know, because everything boils down to focus, which is not hard for me because, as some of you know, I'm on those medications that make it almost impossible to focus. So, there. Ooh, yes. Look at that. Can you see that, baby? Shimmer. Put white behind it. And look at that. Yep, that was the way to go with those. Yeah, it's going to make me super happy. Okay, so I'm going to set all of that aside so we can get on with today. But I wanted to follow up because I'm not always great at remembering to show you guys what we've done. Especially these, because this is the long curing stuff, which I absolutely drizzled right there too. Because, right there. So, because this is paint skin from my paint pours, and what I wanted to do was, well, I was gonna draw with the UV resin in it, but I didn't get to that part. So look at that. Fun, huh? And then I can put these, I have some of the bezels like this, but I know they have a different name because I already have the backing that I thought we could put these in, or we can make earring posts, or I can layer it in, or I can use it in art. Yep. So I'm going to take that one and this one off, which I could totally be doing later. Yeah, quit picking, Patty. I know, once you start, you just can't stop, huh? It happens. It happens. Okay, so today's prompts for the 50 Stack Challenge are botanical and Halloween. So I don't know if we'll get to Halloween today. One, I don't do Halloween. So for the Halloween, I have out some bats. Yeah, I had to go searching in a book. And this is a Aztec mask, which is, I know, neither of them traditionally have, well, people think of bats during Halloween, but not really, you guys. Come on, they're pollinators. And I just love this Mayan mask, and but you know, and we're next to Mexico, so, you No. This is an Aztec mask. Let me see. No, this is an Aztec mask, not a Mayan mask. Sorry about that. Which I pulled out of this page from a children's encyclopedia, which I'll show you if we get that far. But let's play with botanicals first, because I have a quick one. I was just going to do botanical for both because honestly, I'm never going to use Halloween in my journals. I don't do Halloween journals. I don't do it. So, let me be specific. I'm not saying I don't celebrate Halloween. I'm saying I don't do it in my art. So, I have this piece of, this is one of my jelly prints. Oh, do we like that side better? Or this side better? Or we could do half and half. And here's my thought. So for the first botanical, we're going to lay this down on, no, that is alcohol pad to get your brain together. Okay. We're going to lay this down on, this is a piece of tracing paper. Very thin tracing paper. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm tracing, I would prefer my stuff be thin. Okay, so I'm going to go around, I'm just going to dot around these, you know, where the flowers are. Yeah, that went well. You see that, right? Yeah. Because that one is so teeny tiny up in there. And this one has little teeny tiny bits and pieces. And this I cut out the flowers on my big shot. But I gotta tell you guys, it was pants. And I don't know. Well, I'm gonna assume because it's a used die cut that it's just already dull. You know? And that's what happens when you buy your stuff used. You take your chances. And for as often as I figured I would use them, I was willing to take the chances. And this one, it also could be that it doesn't like the many, many layers. Because this is paints. You know, this is paints off a jelly print. So it's paint on paint. So okay, I guess this side is more wiggly, so that's the side I'm going to put down first. Plus, that's the side I really wanted to get up here on the edge anyway. Yeah, and you can see no, that was the edge I was going to use, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter as long as it goes down. Oh, I hope that's not supposed to be a piece of it. Yep, sure is. Okay. Because I guess I should have went down these pieces to the edge. Bum, bum, bum. Am I still? Okay, you guys just watched me put glue on there, right? Stick, glue, stick. So this one should be relatively quick. Should be. I know, famous last patty words. So we know with Barely Arts it takes an extra minute to stick down, guys. Oh, nope, let me grab a thing. Yeah, did you see that organization where I just covered up those little flowers so I didn't squinch them? Because I would have went over them the wrong way. We all know I would have. So you guys, I was telling my husband how very wrong that stack and whack went for me. Because his mom, my husband's mom, was a quilter. She made quilts. So she does the stack and whack, did the stack and whack. Obviously. So he knows what the stack and whack is. So I was like, honey, you would not believe how far off I was. I genuinely, I don't get it. So I was like, here, this is what I did. I was like, watch, this is what I did. And I'm showing him with just a random piece of paper. I said, okay, just imagine that these are all different colors, right? Different patterns and stuff. And he's watching me do it. And then he just starts laughing at me. He's like, are you serious? And I was like, first off, why are you laughing at me? Second, yeah. He's like, well, it would never line up because you're not holding the bottoms tight. So they are being cut at a different, you're ripping them at a different level. If you cut them, it would be the exact same thing. I said, no, no, no. Gail doesn't cut them. I seen her. I've watched her do it twice now. She is ripping because we are paper artists. And that is what we do. We rip all the time. I was like, babe, I seen her do it. I know that they line up. Hers line up. Mine, like, they didn't not line up, you guys. Like, I mean, there was gaps. I had to put pages in between gaps. Like Gail's misaligns a little bit sometimes. And she has to, let me grab my guillotine. And she has to, oh, you know what? Let's use this fun little cutter. Let's do this cut. Let's do this cutter. This is that. Maybe. Holy goodness. Okay, so she occasionally has a slight misalignment, you know, where she has to, oh, wait, go up there because I want a straight one. So I got to turn it to the straight. And then I do think I'll pull it back down here and start from this end, though, so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, I guess I probably want to either, well, apparently I want it there, which I don't think was straight at all. So anyhow, I've seen her do it, right? I've seen her a couple of times do this now. So I'm like, no, 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 no. And so he's laughing at me. He goes, but I was like, watch, I'll do it again. And I'm trying to do it. And he starts picking up my pieces and he's moving them around. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you moving my pieces? And he's laughing and he's trying not to, bless his little soul. And he's like, because I'm watching you and every time you lay a paper down, you twist the page. He's like, I'm just putting them back in order for you. So apparently I have a problem with twisting my pages. So I have this envelope that I did for a friend's journal, which is sitting over there waiting. And this is some of the colors that some of the stuff came out, which I think is why I made this page. And so, but this, while it will be a front of a pocket, side pocket, as you can see, totally writable, right? Okay, so part of the stuff that fell was part of my, I'm getting back to it, don't worry, it's okay. My, the real one. I have a real, I finally broke down and bought a real stamp pad. Stamp, whoo, dauber, anyway. And it's part of the casualty of, now it's probably on the floor somewhere. This is not what I was going around. This is, see, focus, Patty, focus. Because I just want to bounce these colors a little bit more before I put that on. So, this will be number 7. Are we on number 7? See how quick I think this can go? Except I really should probably, well, no, one side's going to glue to the page. You're going to behave yourself and glue it down because it's going to be a double pocket. That's what this is meant to be. Okay? Now, we're going to go around this too. I don't know why I'm playing. First, I got to figure it out. Okay. There we go. See there? Da, 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 da. Yeah, I probably, hello, Calliope. Should have done that before. Where did I put that line right there? Is that my line? Close enough. Okay. So, here's the piece we're dealing with. Yeah, everything. I was getting so organized. I was feeling so accomplished yesterday. So anyhow, yeah, my husband had a good laugh at my attempt at the stack and whack because I apparently twist my pages and then can't figure out why I can't get the puzzle back together. And you guys, I'm rubbish at puzzles. So here I thought I was trying to be extra careful because I'm on the camera. And when you get things out of alignment, sometimes you can get very nerved up and discombobulated. You know, I mean, we expect things to go wrong on this channel. That's kind of how it rolls. So nobody's surprised when Patty doesn't get it right. But, like, come on. That is not something that takes I didn't think a huge amount of concentration, right? This little, oh no. And it's fun. And the weird thing is I do a version of collage like that. So I figured no big deal, right? This is going to be great fun. But here's the part. Here it is. When I do collage, you guys, you don't really have to worry about your pages if they come back together, right? Because like how I do a quick collage is exactly like that. Stack and Wick. I just put a whole bunch of pages together. I rip them and then I start layering them, you know, out of order, right? So that's exactly how I do my lazy collage when I'm doing the lazy stuff. Yeah, I have one that's a real one on a holder sponge now, you know, the Tim Holtz ones, and which I've been very resistant because I'm like, you know how many of these I can get, which these are great and they work perfectly fine, but I gotta say the other ones are actually a little bit easier to use with the real sponges on the top anyway. I think it's more the sponge than the holder, don't misunderstand. This is, I should have just glue sticked it. Not that it matters if this portion comes up. Genuinely, it doesn't actually. I could have probably stuck a piece of ephemera in there if I'd have been thinking quick enough. So, and see, I know I put red around the edge of this, but then the intention was to go back and put brown around it too. Just because I think it will help this bounce out, right? So here's my ground espresso, and because I don't have my regular dauber, so these ones are floor moving, furniture moving things from the Dollar Tree. And the sponges are definitely easier, though I do love the effect this gives. I'm almost obliterating my raspberry, whatever that stuff is. Because these pick up a lot of ink at one time, man. Even though I feel like my my pads are going dry. And I'm not sure if that's just an oxide Ranger kind of a thing. I'm not sure. Right? Okay, so we need to take a notch out of that. 1 second while I grab my little punches. Because I put them away. Yes, I did. I think, well, we're going to have to use the big one. Because I don't want the serrated edge of the neck size that I own down. So. I really like all these creases that I got on this. I think this was using the baby powder technique, actually. When I was trying that technique out, when I tried the baby powders and the other, what did I use? Baby powder and instant tea, maybe? Oh, look at that. It did not cut all the way through. That was rude. Let's try that again. See if I can get even close to the same space. Or we'll just go a little deeper and not worry about it. Oh, okay, well, fine. We'll come down. Oh no, I bet I ruined my punch yesterday. Trying to punch out cardboard. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll regret it. Oh, bugger. Bugger days, Patty. Well, that's what happens when you mistreat your tools. It's a price you got to be willing to pay. Now, okay. Like, I don't know where my stuff went already. It's right in front of you, Patty. Okay, so then, where are we at? No. Come here. I pulled you guys down, so I hope I'm good in frame because I wanted you guys to be able to see. I figured, you know, we're basically working on ephemera. Well, we are working on ephemera. I don't know why I said basically. But I have some stuff I wanted to try that I've never done. So, which is why I was making this one simple. But then could I just put it on its backing and leave it alone? No, I had to add it to the pocket. So that when that dries in just a second here, it'll be able to lift up and have a secret writing place. Yep. Ta-da! There it is. Yep, I could have colored this ahead of time, but something on here needs to be a little plain, and it needs a butterfly or something right there, doesn't it, guys? Let me grab the butterflies. Because that is way too plain. Way too plain. Nature. Go to nature, Patty. Needs a butterfly, or, oh my gosh, I found more of those. Oh, shouldn't have opened this drawer. So, is this the wrong drawer? Because I'm very confused right now. Apparently I have two nature drawers. Interesting. Because in this one down, well, I'll be jiggered. Okay, so I moved all of my butterflies into this envelope, pocket folio that says butterflies, and it's not in the drawer. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Patty. Okay, so that is interesting. See, don't ever clean your room or you'll never find anything. So I have these stickers, but I do like that butterfly. So let's see. Let's see if that butterfly will work, because now, well, I don't know where I must have pulled it out to put more in it, but I had all the butterflies in one space. What do we think? It's a little lackluster, isn't it? Kind of just is. Let's see. That did not impress me that much. Let's try this one. Because of all the white noise in the background, you know? Let's see. What do we think of this? That's nice there, isn't it? That's nice there. Okay, let's do that. Okay, piece one done. So, piece two. Yep. Okay, so here's where we're going to get into stuff I don't know about, because I've never done it. So, I have this acrylic. I feel like it came from my Dollar Tree, maybe. So it's just an acrylic pad of paper. It claims to be. No, is that what it is? Yes, this is not even the one I wanted. I wanted the watercolor pad. Oh, 1 second. Jeez, oh, pizza patty. I wanted the watercolor pad, guys. I'm sorry. You have all your pads together and then you move them. Oh, there. Okay. Okay, well, I think we're doing mixed media, because I don't know where my watercolor pad is. This is not even mixed media, for heaven's sakes. Okay, well, interesting. Apparently I don't have all my colored pads together, so I guess we'll try a couple of different pads, guys. And we will learn what we learn. None of these are watercolor. That one is acrylic. This one's acrylic. And this one, which I thought was my mixed media pad, which is odd, is Sketch. So, by Strathmore. So, I don't expect any of this to turn out great. And now I'm really jiggered, because that is annoying. I'm just looking over here. Where is my little travel watercolor paper, I wonder? So here's my travel stuff. Is there a watercolor pad in here? Is there? Nope. Lighthouse for Michigan. Not my watercolor paper. That is so strange. Oh. Hang on. In the bucket of watercolors. Strangely enough. What kind of pad is this? Really, Patty? Okay, this is even thinner sketchbook than that other one. So we'll try that too. So, oh, it's very interesting, because I know that this right here is watercolor paper. So, it's very odd isn't it? And this is what happens when you have, oh, here's canvas paper. Also, not what I was looking for. I'm still digging in my bucket of, oh look, there's even more of those. Oh, so I have watercolor paper, but it's black in this bucket. So we're just going to use these, and we'll probably revisit this because I'm pretty sure, which one was this? This is sketch? Yeah. Very thin paper. Very thin. Very, very thin. Which is so odd because I had my mixed media pad out the other day. Because I was trying to use it up because it is definitely not my favorite. I absolutely just buy watercolor paper because the mixed media paper always pebbles because I use too much water. So I wanted to use these little stamps, which I got at the used store and have never touched. Because if I don't like them, they need to leave. I need to start going through stamps and stuff, guys. But this won't be a true testament to these stamps, let me just say. So this is the sketch pad paper. We're going to start with that. So I'm doing a second botanicals basically for now because I'm very torn on the other stuff. I swear I have one piece, maybe two, that I kept out of a pad of Halloween Tim Holtz stuff. And I was looking for that. So, all right, so with these guys, what I wanted to do was build a picture. But I wanted to try to use the stamps and then get them wet and then push them and see if it gave me a watercolor effect. Right? And I'm sure many people have done this before, but I haven't. So that's what we're going to do. That is the flower. Okay, so nope. That is blue, Patty. So the interesting part is I know because I'm not on my stamping block, which I should maybe get out. The, you know, that press thing that you can do multiple times. I know that I won't be able to press this more than one time in the same space. So we're going to put the raspberry in the center, and then I'm going to put some blue kind of out here and kind of see what we get. If anything, or do we just get a big old blob, which is a possibility, guys. It's a possibility, especially since I'm no longer on watercolor paper. Yeah, so I'm putting some blue right dead in the center to see if it will darken the red up, but now I feel like I went too far because I was thinking, you know, a purpley center. That is not your water bottle, Patty. Don't do it. I'm going to move the alcohol off the table or I'm going to inevitably smack it down here as water. So, close that. So I'm just going to spray it and then flip it. Apparently that's where I'm dropping it, y'all. I'm going to hold it for a minute and then I'm going to let it sit while we do like the leaf I actually have an oxide, so I want to see what that will do, if anything, on here, because I know it will work on matte photo paper. Well, I don't know that it will for me, but I've seen Louisa Hensel do it, but then she can do most things, you know, that the rest of us mere humans cannot. But, you know, it always winds up fun. That's all I'm saying. Even when I make a mess, I have fun. Are you guys having fun? Oh, shoot. Well, okay, let's try that again. Because that wasn't supposed to happen. So, oh, I forgot to say hi and welcome. Welcome all you new subscribers. Welcome back everybody else. If you guys could leave some comments below and some likes, that would be awesome. And I promise it might take me a second, but I will talk back. I love to talk back with you guys. That's part of the fun. Well, that's, you know, the majority of the fun. So this one is old paper, oxide. I don't have very many oxides in this way. But I do have some re-inkers because I got these from Lori Marie Jenkins. She's a mixed media artist, and she was moving from California to Costa Rica. And I bought some stuff because she was coming to see one of her children and was kind enough to bring it to me, or that wouldn't have been able to happen. So I'm going to try the branch in this ground espresso. I don't have walnut stain in any way, shape, or form in my room that I am aware of. So, yep, found that interesting. Apparently, I have not invested. The problem is I have so many Stampin' Up! Pads, and they just don't die. And I mean, I use them all the time. And they just last forever. You know. So, oh no, I moved it. Well, okay, we're going to pick it up and we're going to put it down again. Because it stuck to my finger. I was not expecting that. And this one, I don't know that I have... I think I only have one green color, so, in an oxide. So I'm going to put the oxide on there, the green. Come here, little baby. I don't know that I need all of these little flower, what are these? Leaves, but it's botanical. That's the whole purpose of our thing here. And then... not that one. I need a different one. I am going to put some hickory smoke on here. And I'm going to try to just tap it places. Just like a few places. And then, I don't know, I might have completely obliterated it, but we're going to see. And then I'm going to lift this one up. I'm going to get brave, see what we got. Okay. Now I want to put it down over here, because it still has a lot of ink left over on there. That had way too much water. Okay, good to know, good to know. Well, I moved it, so there's that one. And it's got, the oxide worked. It's got two different colors going on there. Oh, let me see if I can stamp it again. Because I'm not going to stick them back in my oxides while they're wet, so. I'm wearing an apron, guys. I'm not like cleaning it on my shirt, but there's definitely water in there that will have to be dried out before I, oh, let me see if I can just push it, get anything left over. Interesting, I like this one. Okay, so that one turned out mostly on the grayscale, but a little bit, but I apparently double stamped it. You know, as you do. Okay, we need our bird, don't we? We need the bird. Come here, bird. So, what shall we do with our bird? So, I got some yellow, Stampin' Up, and some coral, and that rose and blue is Stamping Up. So, they're not oxide inks at all. So, oh, I say the word so a lot. I know, guys, I've been informed. It's not going to change. Oh, let's put this in here. You know what? I have to say, for the Barely Arts glue, you guys, it dries so much slower than the other one. We know this, but I forgot and left that thing open all night long. I know. How irresponsible was that? And I cleaned off the top of it the next day, and that puppy was working just fine. All right, I'm going to use this end, because clearly that end has orange or green on it. So, I just want to see if I can do around his belly some. And I think some of that gray might get rubbed in here somewhere along the way. If it does, it does. And then this one I've clearly used in pink in the past, I think. Oh, but it's good and dry, so it doesn't matter. This is Coral Calypso. What was that? This is Bumblebee. I know, because I've been using it a lot lately. Working on things for the bee journal. Ooh, I got out some bee stuff too. I got out bee stamps, different kind of stamp. So, you know, how did the different stamps react? But I don't know, because now I'm not even using the papers I thought I was going to be using. Because I'm guessing this would work a lot better on a watercolor page. Just saying, Patty. Just saying. If only you knew where your stuff was at. I'll find it after I shut off the camera. I thought I had it in my hand, which is why I didn't double check. Okay, so I'm going to use the ground espresso. I'm going to attempt for his beak and his feet. His little legs and feet, you know. See, these little things are very good for, I mean, they hold in the ink. These little, they're those little felt pieces that you use to push your, put underneath your chairs and such so that they don't scrape up your floor and so that they push easier. I'm getting way back from it. I'm trying to get way back to get some water because I put obviously way too much water in the first one. And then we're just gonna slap him down. Who are these guys from? I never know, but this one's from Stampendous. Nice. And it said with a free stencil. I do not have the stencil because, like I said, I got them from the Goodwill, the used store here in America. So I'm sure if it had a stencil, they sold it separately, even if they noticed it. Because that's how they do. So that one is cool. I'm going to stick this one back over here. I know what I probably just did, but I'm making the splatters on purpose. Okay, let me pay attention to the bird, you guys. And I'm going to lift just a piece of him up to see what happened. Oh, I probably should have put him on block pads, huh? That might have been a good plan, but we didn't. Oh, he's cute. Okay, look at that. I know. I was trying to not because wet, but how cute is he? Yeah, he came out really good. That's a good stamp. So that means if I wasn't fussing around trying to do watercolors, this is probably a great stamp too, because that impression is nice. That impression came out even better. So let's see what would happen if I am totally rubbing this on my apron, but I want to get these spots in between the flowers dry, because I'm going to attempt to do an outline on that, guys. Yeah, yep, I am, because I really like the effect. What color do we want to use? Should we use the tea dye? I don't know what the tea dye in oxide looks like, and I want a deep color, so let's just get the regular tea dye out. Yeah, let's try that. So all of my, not the oxides, but the regular distress inkers are used. My oxides I bought brand new, so I expected them to be juicy. But I'm thinking maybe that ain't how they come, you know? Yeah, still. Didn't grab a block, and I was right over there right next to it. Oh, and then the other thing I keep forgetting to do that apparently you're supposed to do, and I don't know if it's just with silicone stamps or if it's all stamps, but these were brand new. Never used, and I didn't like run them across my hand. Apparently you're supposed to like run them across your hand. Look how good that impression came out. And I love where I did this slap slap, it left little dots inside. That's excellent. So I like all the pieces. I like all the pieces. Okay, not terrible, not terrible. It's a double impression, but it kind of looks cool because of the, oops, that part's not dry. Well, what happens if I just run that right off from it? You know, since we have a good impression. Oh, look, this is moving too. All right, so now I'm gonna, I don't remember what color I used. Oh, the tea stain, didn't I? Tea dye, but in regular, not oxide. Did I use the oxide after saying I wasn't gonna? No, I did not. I've lost its top. There it is. There's the lid. I know somebody was like, there it is, Patty, covered up. Because I want to cut them out. Nice. So I think because those are Ranger, they are not waterproof even if you heat set them. I believe to be the case. I bought the Stampin' Up! Pads because they claim to be waterproof once you heat set them. I have not found that to be my experience. But, you know, that's what they said. That is why I invested in them. It did not turn out to necessarily be accurate. So I'm going to start from the bottom because of this little droopity doodad here. And because it's away from my mat, because I put my mat back on the desk, guys. So I just thought, let's start with the back. Dry the back of the paper first. See, he's no problem. I didn't get that wet enough to do any, that's why it's such a clear stamp, which is good and bad, because the whole point was I wanted the watercolor effect. But I'm trying to go to the side and still let you guys see. I don't know why. You've seen ink dry before, so I'm sure you're not that interested in that part, but I don't want to warp my cutting mat. So on the other desk, I have a piece of glass over top of my mat, which is great when I want to use it for measuring, terrible when I want to use it for cutting. But since most of the time I'm using it for measuring, I like that. Okay, so this does not have nearly enough color for me. So here's what I'm wondering. I have these water-soluble pastels. We're obviously not going to get to everything that I wanted to do with these guys because I wanted to run some through the Big Shot with just pastels on them. I'm not worried about going outside of the lines because we're cutting it up. A little bit of this, you know, limey green. I don't know. I don't think they tell me what, oh, apple green. They do tell me what color they are. So those are supposed to move in water too. So glad that we just dried it for that, huh? Yeah. But because I have not had the best of luck moving, oh, look at that. They'll move now. Interesting. Okay. We'll cut that one out last if we use it at all, because I'm not sure we will. I do not like these. So, but he needs color. Like, I wanted him to look watercolor. So, can we, okay, we might not get them all cut out and assembled because I didn't get exactly what I wanted. So, what colors was I using? These two. Let's see what happens if we, okay, now I'm going to grab the acrylic blocks, you guys. I know, they're on the other side of the room because that's where my darn desk is. Well, the sitting desk. So. Let's just get all this yumminess going on here. And yep, I'll wind up dribbling some on the page anyway, so I might as well set it on the page. So I'm just wondering, can we just, apparently there was something on my block. So now there's something on our bird. Not at all worried about going outside of the lines because, you know, oh, because we're not going to waste all this goodness. Yeah. I know. Overboard much, Patty? Yep. Yep. That's just how she rolls. Okay. This one faded out a lot, which I wasn't expecting necessarily. So let's put, see if I can use a little bit less this time. And then I could do two colors. So let's put it, oh, come on, color. This is a rarely used one, so it should not go dry. This blue, on the other hand, is an all the time used one, so. And it's still just a juicy mama. Okay, so I could be reasonable, but apparently I will not be. Because this is a watercolor brush, so I mean, I could have just, you know, used that to get the palette. We'll call it a palette wet. I want to keep my lines, but I also want to Have some color going on, man. Oh yeah, yeah. Dabble some in. Do do. Do 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 do. See? Messes. Oh, now Patty's having a good time because she's making a mess. Do do do. So, oh, look, see the line obliterated right down his back because they're not really water soluble, or I mean heat settable. So now I'm gonna have to try to stamp over these places again. I know I could have left this one dry, right? I could have. Yeah, I could have. Now we're just making a big old mess, Patty. Yes, yes we are. But now ask yourself, is she gonna do something different? No, she's not. I mean, obviously, apparently she is. That one needs blue, but you know, apparently it didn't want to be blue. So, now then, now that I've basically wiped it out from existence. Oh, hang on. We got to take the water off from it. Because here, there was a reason. Don't freak out, guys. Where is the ground espresso? This is an oxide. I know. I'm not on the paper it had intended to be, so this is not as strong as one would like, this paper. And I just smacked you with my head, didn't I? Sorry about that. All right, so this was like this. Ish. I'm going ish inside the lines, you know, sort of. What did I have here? Oh, I had another impression of this flower, didn't I? That's what you did. See? So then, let's try. I'm going to leave that set. And I'm going to try to make an outline of the bird. It's probably not going to work, but because I'm probably going to wind up double stamping my bird and then I'm going to be all upset at myself. But it's just paper. So, you know, yep, definitely did not get on it. Whatever. It's paper. There's more paper. I mean, this room is filled with paper. We are not going to be at a loss for paper. Well, you know, if we fix the little eyeball, get rid of that eyeball there, so you can't tell it was an eyeball anymore, then not so bad, not so bad. And then put a little bit more of this color in the back. We can make that work. Once it's dried, of course. What was I going to do? So, there would be the difference of going on to already wet paper and stamping it from wet. And even though we did that, I would like to just enhance this line a little bit. Yeah. Stop getting picky, Patty. Doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. Sure doesn't. Okay, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Yeah, that one didn't work. It's all just converging in the middle. But you do gotta wonder why. Like, pick up this other color here then and stamp it with that. I don't know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Okay, so just wondering if I can heat the bird without moving that. Although, letting all the colors flow up to the edge of that could be cool, right? I don't know. Hey, that stayed cool. Okay. Dry enough. I'm holding it up, well, you know why. So what I could do, I know. Hold on. I know what I could do. We could cut the bird piece out. Oh, Pete sakes. Yeah, get out the real scissors. Not real, but you know, bigger. Because those are good scissors. It's just, I want to not play all day long with one piece. Well, with that piece. These, I'm going to pop down there in front of the fan. And let that dry a bit while we work on cutting this little dude out. Oh no, we're not. We're already over time. So I'll cut these out off camera and we'll do something with them. Well, we got botanical in anyway. Because we made our little, this is not the pocket. It's not the pocket you seek, Patty. That's the other half that we're making this another piece, I'm sure. Well, you've seen it once. I mean, everything's just falling out and I have no clue where I threw the pocket. I have got to stop doing that, seriously. All right, so anyway, you've seen it. So there it was. I'll show it to you again tomorrow, guys. Sorry. All right, so thank you for spending some of your time with me. All right, love you guys. Bye. Well, maybe bye if the camera shuts off.